What's up, metal and heavy music fans? These are my top 10 favorite Rammstein songs of all time. Alright, number 10, we're starting all the way back at the beginning with Rammstein, their self-titled song. It's kind of the perfect introduction to the band, also used to great effect in that scene in Lost Highway. Big David Lynch fan here, and he is a big fan of Rammstein. Classic industrial metal sound, just that simple but effective driving groove that really gets your head bobbing. It's very hypnotic, just everything I like about this style of music. So for number 9, we're going to go from their humble beginnings to some more recent material with Deutschland. Now, aside from the obviously impressive cinema-worthy music video, this is a very well-written song with tons of great dynamics. It's both catchy and complex. There are some really high dramatic moments and then some lower ones, and then also connecting it all the way back to that early stuff with a very industrial synth line that is also fun in and of itself and definitely gets stuck in my head. I feel like this is a culmination of all of their best qualities from, again, the electronic to the more dramatic and operatic. Number 8 is Stein Stein. So you're probably going to see a trend on this list that I have a soft spot for. They're more kind of tragic songs. This one is actually about bricking somebody into what effectively will become their tomb, but presented by the main character in this kind of sadistic yet positive wording that it's just going to be like their home, but then he later starts talking more morbidly about how no one's going to be able to hear them scream as he is doing this, which is actually the moment in the song where Till lets out that absolutely blood-curdling scream himself, which is one of my favorite just Rammstein moments of all time, probably. You could take this both literally as a very kind of like morbid, horrific kind of tale, but then also there's some metaphorical implications here that we could consider as well in terms of being walled off by society by somebody who's maybe like verbally and emotionally abusive. Regardless, fantastic chorus. I also love that descending closing riff with the kind of like wailing leads over it. Awesome song. Number 7 is Spieluhr. This has one of Till's fun little spoken word introductions, which I always enjoy. They kind of give the songs this very twisted fairy tale kind of feel as if he's reading out of a storybook, as does the actual music box that the song is named for. It really makes me feel like this song should have like a Guillermo del Toro style music video to go along with it. Great beat to this one as well with the glitchy electronic effects. Quite the head bobber as well, while also reaching a little bit more of a dramatic crescendo. Love the chorus with the interplay of Till's deep baritone with the pitched up kind of effects buried ones. This one seems to be about a parent mourning for their dead child and the feelings of emptiness and pointlessness in the wake of such a terrible event. And that is just like a deep trend for Rammstein in general. If you like start digging into the translations of all their songs, there's a lot of that. It's a lot about like kind of like the meaninglessness, the nihilism, the negativity, but also like some moments of hope, some glimmers of light, but they tend to focus more on kind of like the darkness and going all the way into their latest material too, about like the march of time and how you can't escape fate. Number 6 is Ohne, Dich. Another sad one here. This is more of a straight-up love ballad, though. Probably one of their more arguably kind of positive songs, at least on some level. And it's really about how, like, the character's talking about how life is not worth living without their loved one that they're referring to in the song. Which could come off as incredibly cheesy, but actually ends up being very effective and genuine. It's just a beautiful yet minimalist arrangement with great lyrics. I've seen some clips of people on like foreign language versions of The Voice singing this song in different styles, which I absolutely loved. I also considered Alterman for this pick, which also has some pretty stirring lyrics about, again, aging and the march of time. But here I'm particularly fond of the line, Und die Vögel singen nicht mehr, which basically translates to, and the birds sing no more. Just kind of a very stirring kind of visual for this concept of what it's like to be without this person they care so much about. Number 5 is Klavier. One more tragic melodrama here. This one is about a man who has murdered his lover seemingly out of jealousy and is now regretting that and reflecting on how he once held his breath as she played her beautiful piano for him. This one feels very sort of Shakespearean, and the first time I realized what this band was really capable of outside of just headbanging music, because this is off of Sehnsucht, the same album that's known for just kind of more straightforward industrial bangers. But just hearing this song and then looking into the lyrics as a teenager, it's kind of haunting. Another great chorus too, in addition to tying the piano sound into the music to go along with the story. Stunning work. Number 4 is Sonne. So we're getting into the real classics here. Honestly, almost every song off of Mutter could make this list, but this is one that definitely stands out. Just massive sounding production. It feels like something that could be part of a grand rock opera, and this one actually did drop alongside a twisted fairy tale music video mimicking Snow White, which is appropriate both to the themes of the lyrics as well as that story's German origins. Huge atmosphere that just surrounds you from all directions. Great varied vocal performance here with Till in top form. Fantastic. Number 3 is Du Hast. Du hast mich. So you can't talk about Rammstein without mentioning Du Hast. Like, it's just impossible. I'd say comparatively, it's a less impressive song than some of these others on the list, but there's a reason it got so much radio play. It's just a well-written, kind of pop formatted metal song that is endlessly catchy. I love the synth on this one too, which is actually kind of unique. It has this very kind of eerie vibe to it that I don't get from a lot of other songs. Super infectious guitar hook on this one too, which I'm sure pretty much every metal guitar player has learned at some point. And for those who don't know, the chorus is actually kind of a modified version of the German marriage rites, ending with them saying no. Number 2 is Engel. So this was among the first Rammstein songs that I ever heard as a pretty young person. I want to say I heard this in like late grade school, early middle school, because it was on the Mortal Kombat Annihilation soundtrack, which I unironically really enjoyed at the time, despite it being a terrible movie.
Too bad you will die.
I love the whistling on this part, which actually brings us back full circle because David Lynch whistled this melody on the latest season of Twin Peaks. More awesome synth lines on this one, and lots of different layers of them. I think it's one of the best layering of all the electronic elements they've ever done before. And then I also love the break with the dramatic simulated string section. All of this once more alongside a very simple but effective guitar hook. And then finally, number 1, it couldn't be any other song. It's Mein Herz brennt. This is just the greatest of all time, if you ask me. Talk about dramatic. Not only is this their best album opener of all time, but just the scale of this thing is incredible. It's like a monumental song. This is Carnegie Hall level stuff. When Till screams out the title and the orchestra kicks in, I would love to see this performed with a full philharmonic, basically. Just stunning. I don't know what else to say about it other than if you haven't listened to the song, you definitely need to. And I've seen a number of Rammstein fans agree with me when I bring this one up. But y'all check out this video for my review and ranking of every Rammstein album, and continue to watch as I review the latest album and their newer songs that have been coming out. But that'll do it for now. Flight of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the trenches.